So, are you ready?
No! Ready or Not was my most anticipated game of 2022 and 2023. If you don't know what Ready or Not is a tactical FPS developed by Void Interactive, and, well, let's just say it didn't turn out the best, in my opinion at least. And this video is going to go over the points of why it's bad and what I personally dislike about it. Development of Ready or Not began in June 2016, and a reveal trailer was released on YouTube on May 3rd, 2017. An alpha version of the game was made available on August 19th, 2019. Supporters and select YouTubers were then invited to a PvP test in April 2020 and were allowed to publish footage of the game. The game was then released on Steam Early Access on December 17th, 2021. But there were some other issues involving their publisher. See, a partnership with Team 17 to publish the game was announced on March 22nd, 2021. That was until the launch of Early Access, which was on December 20th, 2021. Void Interactive announced that their partnership with Team 17 had ended and that they would no longer be publishing the game. Now, some people say that this was due to developers teasing a school shooting level on Reddit one day prior, although this was denied by Void. With a rocky development history and a rocky publication history, it was then released on December 21st, 2021 on Early Access. And today, we're going to be talking about the history of updates and what I personally dislike about this game. Early Access of Ready or Not was immensely popular. In fact, it was actually described as a spiritual successor to the SWAT series in early Rainbow Six games, but this game was the shit back in Early Access. See, this game had a lot of content on release, at least Early Access wise it did. Best example of this are its many modes. Ready or Not used to feature 5 unique game modes that vary in difficulty, with different rules of engagement, ROE, such as only killing a suspect if they're attempting to kill the player, or others that have penalties for violating them. The 5 game modes are Barricaded Suspects, Raid, Active Shooter, Bomb Threat, and Hostage Rescue. These missions were available in single player with AI teammates or cooperatively with up to 5 other players through online multiplayer. And they're also making a versus player mode in 1.0, but we don't know anything about that. The history of the updates for this game is also immense. The first recorded update for Ready or Not, or at least major update, was the January 29th update, which added 3 test maps, bug fixes, and new gameplay features, which for a small indie dev team like Void without a publisher was a big deal. The next update after that was on March 1st and added 1 new map and new knife-wielding suspects. Not as much as the previous update, but it added a brand new type of terror when you're walking into a scene. Updates started to go out regularly. We got another update on March 31st, which allowed you to carry arrested AI, but then after that, updates just kind of stopped for a bit. Until, get this, the 8th of December 2022, with the release of the Atom update, which was the biggest update at the time. It added 5 new levels: Agency, Data Center, Ridgeline, Hospital, Importer, an entire rework of all existing levels with its lighting, as well as standards for realism. It also added unique suspects to the levels, such as Jack Adams, George Brixley, Gerard, and an accomplice to be killed and still have the mission complete. They also fixed minor bugs, the UI, and networking. This also added mod.io support. Not workshop support, mod.io support. Which, if you don't know what mod.io is, I envy you. It's a really bad mod service that uses a third-party mod launcher, download mods to the game, and it doesn't work very well. And that's it. That's pretty much it for the entire update history of Ready or Not, at least major-wise. The next update we would see was the release. From December 8th, 2022 to December 13th, 2023, there were no major updates for Ready or Not. A little expected for an indie dev studio, I'll admit, but they made it worse by not posting much about the game, until it was surprise revealed at the Game Awards after an announcement the week following. Now that we've talked about the early access of the game and the update history, how did the launch turn out? Well, let's just say it didn't turn out very well. The launch of Ready or Not can be summed up in one sentence: it's not ready. This game was not ready to launch. Literally 60% of whatever was in early access, the 5 game modes, the suspects that aren't fucking Terminators, they all got cut. Everything. You'd think they would probably, add more. No, they just cut it. I'm being very blunt about this, but no, they just cut it. This game runs like hiss. The frames are low, but my brain cells are high. You wanna know why? Because I'm playing Ready or Not. But apparently I'm not playing it good enough because this AI is so fucking either cracked or stupid. The suspect AI is way too smart. Wallbangs you through literally everything. This is a milsim disguised as a SWAT shooter, and it's actually kind of hilarious. Because they don't mix. Oh, but the SWAT AI got the lobotomy combo at McDonald's or something. Because I swear to God, SWAT AI, I don't know what kind of special forces bullshit you're in, but like, geez, man. They are not the smartest in the world. But no, the suspect AI is way too aware. For an example, let this sit in your mind a little bit. Imagine a meth head. Maybe you go to like 7-Eleven, maybe he asks you for a dime. How do you think he would fight if he had a gun? Would he be very aware? Would he need multiple people? Nope. In Ready or Not, every suspect is a one-man army. I swear, you can throw flashbangs at these guys, you can gas them, you can hit them with rubber balls, you can literally do everything, but these guys will not surrender. And it's a wonder why I even pack this kind of stuff and why you even provide it when the suspects, like I said, are a one-man army. Let's ignore that my character is apparently a trained law enforcement officer, and let's get that out the way, and let's just say that maybe I'm playing bad. Okay. I've never been tear gassed and all, but I feel like getting tear gas would probably affect how you aim and how you shoot. But ignoring all that and the Terminator level AI, there's one thing I cannot forgive out of this game: the optimization. This game, from what I could see, was making people with 4070 Ti's in their computer get 40 frames per second. I mean, I gotta give it props to the development team. They really did it. They made a game that's more unoptimized than Ark Survival Evolved. And you know what? They're an indie dev team. That takes some skill. This game would look great, but nobody can run it. Not only that, there are some launch issues with some people not even being able to launch the game, even after reinstalling and verifying their files. All that out the way, you know what's the worst part about this game? The campaign. Now, for starters, I'm a lover of campaigns. An enjoyer of them, if you will. I love SWAT Force campaign, I love what they did, and I love a good story in a game. I love crafting a narrative. Firstly, this game has no narrative. It feels whatever the fuck it wants to do. So you have a mishmash of levels in a mishmash of order, which makes zero sense. And then on top of that, they have possibly the worst system for a campaign I've ever seen in a video game. And I don't put that lightly. So let's start off with SWAT 4. This is imperative to what I'm about to talk about. SWAT 4's campaign, you die, you can reset the level. No issue at all. You make mistakes, it's whatever. The game understands it. In Ready or Not, they use the biggest example of let's artificially make the game difficult I've ever seen. When you die in the campaign in Ready or Not, you have to restart to the police station. You have to go all the way back to the menu every time you die and then start the mission over again. Under the guise of you lost your cop, you lost that officer. And oh boy, do the officers have unique abilities, unique gear, unique voice lines? No, they just have different names, that's it. So it's literally just an excuse for you to be like, you killed somebody, they fucking died, you should be ashamed of yourself. When in reality, it's overly frustrating. Because nothing screams, I'm not having fun, more than going back and forth to the police station because the AI is way too good and wallbangs you without you even knowing it. Causing you to die, causing you to go back to the main menu, and causing about half an hour of your time to be wasted. And it wouldn't be bad if the levels were good. I mean, most of the levels are good, but they make no canonical sense and have no narrative, except for one narrative. But I'm not going to talk about that on YouTube because I'm not here to talk about the game itself. I'm here to talk about what annoys me about it. If you want to go try it out, I recommend that you don't, but it's about $40 on Steam. So, optimization, the campaign, they're all bad. But what's good about the game? In my opinion, the animation's pretty good. The guns feel okay, and the level design is mainly good, but that's it. That is literally it. For a full retail price game, at least on launch, this game has no redeeming qualities. Yeah, I said it. I cannot think of anything else to say that is actually positive about this game. This game went from a really good early access title and a really good time with friends to an overly frustrating mess of a game that I wouldn't recommend to anybody. This game was my most disappointing game of 2023 for a reason. I followed this game right till the end. I bought the supporter edition. I played it with friends all the time. Biggest sin about all of this involves the supporter edition. It was recently announced that the supporter edition had been retired. You cannot buy it anymore. You cannot use it anymore. And at the end of it, they say, we will try our best to our ability to maintain your perks. With how Void Interactive stayed quiet for over a year on their updates and shadow dropped the game, I have no faith in this game actually providing the perks, but that's an entirely different story. So that's everything about Ready or Not that you need to know. An overly clunky, overly difficult mess of a game that tries to mask itself as a SWAT shooter when in reality, it's a shooter with an identity crisis, and I would say a borderline milsim. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, I guess. I don't know.